welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. And well, what can we say? Sci-Fi Chronicles tonight. We've got an absolute pleasure for you. We are going crazy with three episodes that we are watching tonight. Caffeine is on maximum order for tonight. We're going for it. So, Gary is looking forward, as we've been telling you all about it for weeks. Gary is looking forward to this Hathor episode.
He ordered a 5-gallon bucket of baby oil.
I tried to convince you guys to just let us watch the first episode 3 times, but they didn't have it.
Yeah, and for safety reasons, we're not letting Gary watch the 4K version of Hathor.
No, not allowed.
So original broadcast version.
And we put his feed on a 1-minute delay, so if we have to censor him, we will do that.
If you guys were actually had any decency at all, we'd be watching a 3D version of Hathor, from what I've heard. None of this 2D nonsense.
So, Gary, you doing okay? Things good?
Yeah, slowly recovering from. I'm hopefully we'll use the really good viewing today to kind of counteract the mental effects of bad viewing that I had to do earlier. I'm not going to be more specific than that. So I am looking forward to this.
Yep, absolutely. Brian, how you doing, mate? You're day 2 of your massive YouTube streaming and podcasting.
Yep.
You awake?
Yeah, it's gonna be a long week. I gotta get this big old giant project done by this Friday, and then I have a conference to go to over the weekend. So it's gonna be a long week for old Brian.
Yeah,
but
good luck, my friend. Fun. Yeah. So just to let everyone know, what we're going to do is we'll just we'll make sure that everybody can get into Discord. If you go to the top of the chat where I've just pinned the link for the Discord, that'll take you into the podcast Discord where you can watch the episodes free with us, and comment along as we go here on YouTube. But once everyone's in there, we'll get going. Brian, all good your end, do you think?
Sunglasses back on.
Yes. Do you know what you did? You did a 1980s Coming to America Soul Glow sort of pose then with your hair.
Yeah. Christopher Mays requested it, and it's so bright in here all the time. I tried to explain to him before the show. I was like, if you actually ever stream, in order to have like a professional setup, really it doesn't look as natural. Like if you ever see my studio, it doesn't look as natural as you think it is. There's like 12 lights in here and they're all super bright, and the ISO on my camera is really low. So what you're seeing looks pretty good, but what I'm seeing is just the sun constantly. So when you're working, when you're up late every night working on video stuff, it's like, so I'm wearing the glasses.
During every stream, his kids actually say to his wife, they say, "Mum, can you smell rotting and burning flesh?"
My eyebrows are singed. Yeah. It's so bright all the time.
So
ready to rock?
Yeah, ready to rock and roll. So
click on the Discord link in the pin comment, or you can follow along with us with the little timer. And when I start it, John's going to start it. And if you don't want to deal with Discord and you just want to watch on MGM, or maybe you're watching this in archive, because a lot of y'all have been watching this in archive, which is super rad. All you got to do is have one stream, have one window, start it up, and then click on play right when we hit, when our play starts. And now we're all watching together.
Yeah.
It's a Stargate bro down watch along.
I'm glad to hear that everybody, that archive's getting a lot of views. If you guys want us to start sending out like autographed 8x10 glossies, just let us know. We'll
or if you want any particular memorabilia, Brian will make it. We've made it clear on previous shows. He will do it.
Yeah. I have pretty much no limit, Let's go. All right, you guys ready to start it?
Let's do it. Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
And we're off.
Rated PG, TV PG for flashing lights. Okay.
Looks like it.
Da, 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 da.
Your mic is pretty low, Gary.
Oh,
I'll
Just a heads up.
let me see if I can.
how about now?
Yeah, it's
Hang on,
fine.
mate.
Is that better?
Mate, your automatically
not.
adjust mic volume was off, so don't worry. Turn it back to where you were, and that should
Yeah,
fix
turn it back
it.
to where it was. Yeah, let it adjust automatically.
Okay. What about that?
That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sound good.
All right. Sorry about that.
That's all right. It's not you, it's StreamYard.
I got a question about this.
Yep.
What kind of a couple is just like this is clearly like a married couple and they're by themselves.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
in ancient ruins with tools.
It's called
Like-
budget. No budget for extras.
You told me we were going to Cancun.
Bro, I mean, I went to Cancun once and you couldn't even get near the ruins, let alone like they're in there like digging and using tools.
That's the last time I let you watch Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Well, he's like a hooligan though, right?
Yeah.
So they found
There's no security at all.
they found a sarcophagus in the middle of like Egyptian ruins in pristine condition.
Yeah. And look, you look at it now. Do you see
Oh,
those?
it's from the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. You see those tombs in Mexico where just going up the actual pyramid itself, they arrest you.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You
how
can't
did
walk up
these
there.
two get in?
Yeah, they broke a wall.
Yeah.
This actress is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
I've met her a couple times. She's great.
All right, this is
Back in the UK now. Yeah,
all right,
I
this
shouldn't
is
have
already,
opened the
this is
tomb.
already my favorite episode.
Yeah, her name is Susan Braun, I
She's
believe.
back in the UK now. Yeah.
Yeah, Susan Braun. Beautiful woman.
Very good point.
All right, I got to throw a red flag. How did they get that thing in through all the corridors and little
Comes
small
down the top.
doors? What?
Yeah, from the top.
Comes down the top. That's how they got the gate in.
Yeah. That's how they get
Missile.
It's like
missile
it's like a
silo.
giant missile silo. Yeah.
Have they showed they haven't showed the ceiling though yet before, have
No,
they?
but they do
Okay.
in later
Yeah.
episodes.
All right. I'll accept that. I'll grudgingly accept that explanation.
It's actually super rad because they thought of everything, and if the gate ever is going to go critical, or if they feel like it's unsafe, they can just take it out of the top. Or if they feel as if the gate has been compromised, they can close the entire thing down and from the top just bury the mountain under rubble.
All righty.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me on Discord?
Cheers,
My
stay
bad.
safe.
Sorry about that, guys. I'll fix it.
Christie's Corner. Absolutely. I
Bye,
love
Christy.
the Wraith.
Can you?
Wraith are superb.
You-
Yep.
Okay, so I muted myself on Discord. I got a question. You can still hear the stream, right?
Yep.
Okay,
It's all
cool.
fine.
Hey, Steve or STE Zaki, thank you.
Yeah.
I actually forgot I did that. My bad.
It happens, mate.
They should call it Hathor.
one of my favorite lines coming up now.
How they gonna be talking about?
Yeah.
Don Davis always looks annoyed. He's like, okay, yeah, whatever, okay.
Sure.
Yep. Literally sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I feel like Don Davis was having an off day when they filmed this because he looks annoyed in every shot.
Yeah. Don Davis is just the legend that he is. Just brilliant.
Oh, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Happened to me many a time in a bar.
John, what is with all these shows with like everybody breathing weird? Today, yesterday, it's
Well,
like,
Here we
that's
go.
super COVID. She just gave him super COVID.
Ready? Jack O'Neill at his finest.
What is this, Alabama?
Yeah.
Our father husband.
Yeah. What you cooking?
Sweet home.
that's going to be a new
Alabama.
show on Lifetime next week.
Cor-Ai and the father husband.
That's right.
I mean, they have to know that she has a Goa'uld symbiote,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. At this point.
The bald guy.
See, that would be a big red flag for me right there.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? No, dog, I'm good. I don't need any fertility.
Yeah.
I'm
Married.
I'm letting a random person just kiss my hand.
I'm not buying what you're selling, I'm afraid.
Well, if it was her, it's like, sure.
Gary.
You just sacrifice yourself.
Gary would stand no chance against Hathor.
Yeah. Just,
Within minutes, he would just be killing all of his friends.
Minutes.
Yeah, he's just now. He's
Like,
now become
Gary,
a Jaffa.
No, Gary, no, come on, Gary, don't.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn.
I'd be like, sure, whatever you want. What do you
She
want?
didn't even breathing you, Gary. You're already working for her?
I would say, what, you want some chocolate syrup? It's like, whatever you want.
Oh, that's not nice.
Uh-oh. Is she a British actress?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like it.
She's back over here. She was pretty cut up when the actor, who played Ball, passed away because they were good friends. Is there no security?
Can I rate this episode now, or do I have to wait till the end?
Yeah. Are we getting close to one of your first of the free timeouts, Gary?
Yeah. No. Can we watch that scene again? It's quite interesting, this again, where they're building up the fact that, you know, we don't know how many Goa'uld are still on the earth. Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah, like a bunch of Goa'uld were on their Earth, and they have technology that allows them to live for extreme amount of time. No reason why they're not here still. They just don't have armies anymore.
Yeah.
Daniel should have come down the stairs with all it was, a hair all out of place.
Yeah.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah. Christie's Corner. Yeah, that never goes down well, does it?
They should be suspecting him at this point.
I mean, whoa, Danny. Whoa, General.
Yeah.
They should know. Come on, they would know.
I mean, that's the general. In the military, you're not gonna argue with your commanding officer.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Hey, good to see you. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. You know, see you when you're back in next time. But you know, you gotta love Stargate, haven't you? Top quality stuff.
Yep. S tier.
Yep.
Play this on slow motion. Slow motion.
Jesus, Gary.
You've been in containment for 20 years or something?
I'll be rewatching this stream throughout the week. Oh, there he goes now. And here.
I'm like, yeah, I don't. Can you please stop blowing on me? It's like,
yeah.
It's
Have you not heard of hygiene?
Nobody's noticing this, but I guess, well, okay.
Teal'c suspected it early on anyway, didn't he?
Free.
Now, Junior protects him.
She would know that one's not going to work on him, right?
I don't know. I mean, it's been 1,000 years since
she just loves kissing everybody's hand.
Yeah, but there's been 1,000 years of genetic advancement since her time, right?
And she creates her own specific batch as well, doesn't she, genetically?
Right. So she's the first Goa'uld queen we meet, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So Gary, this is actually pretty important. Goa'ulds actually produce the way ants do. They have queens, or bees, and the queens are really rare, like rare. There's an episode in the future with the Tok'ra, remember, where it's like only one queen left, and without that queen, it's over.
It's done. That one didn't look quite as good though, Brian.
No, she did not. 10,000 years mistreated.
Lying on a slab.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So her whammy doesn't work on women. That's why she hasn't even tried with. That's how you know this is not made in 2025. Because if it was 2020, if it was nowadays, she would have just infected everyone.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, all the women are gay and the whole thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, you don't see until later on. You don't see any female Jaffa.
I'm going to lower my rating because that doesn't apparently happen.
You know what? They missed they did something wrong in this episode.
Yeah, that
perfect opportunity to have one random airman who was gay and wasn't affected. Right? She's like, oh no, Missy, thank you.
Don't touch.
Oh my good, growl.
So this is like a pheromone thing, I'm guessing.
Right? Yeah, it's like super pheromones.
What are you saying? There's like a Goa'uld queen that focuses specifically creates gay symbiotes.
Yeah, just gay symbiotes. Oh my goodness. You thought we were flamboyant before. Look at all the gold I'm wearing.
I quite like you. I'm going to you.
Shooty's free. Maybe he could come and do that if they ever do a remake.
Daniel's getting a bit jealous there, isn't he?
I was going to say, I'm waiting for the guys to start fighting over her.
Christopher Mays, yeah. That's at least a 40 million viewer record episode. Watch
That's
that one.
That's a two-parter.
I've seen that episode. It's called This Ain't Stargate XXX.
Really? That'll be next week. Can that be next week's stream?
Wormhole XXX stream.
That'll be members only.
Oh, no, that's a question, isn't it?
But I won't be gay for you. I won't do it.
Yeah. Share who?
Yeah. I was watching Richard Dean Anderson's interview from a while ago with Brad Wright earlier today, and they were talking about when they did the intro and the logo. Richard Dean Anderson's agent specifically requested that his titles were larger than everyone else's.
Of course.
And like Richard Dean Anderson saw it with Brad Wright, and he was like, "What's going on here? It doesn't even fit on the screen."
Like a
get out of the shower.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've got a strange woman in the facility.
He's watching all of her right now.
We've got a strange woman in the facility, but we're going to have Daniel watch her, not an officer.
Right? Yeah.
That is a very flattering outfit.
Yeah. Yeah. Not an actual military. It's just the scientist with allergies. Don't
Yeah.
worry. He's watching the super dangerous Goa'uld.
Who is carrying no weapon
Now,
whatsoever.
if you tell me that a lot of people come like cosplaying at Hathor, I'm going to start going to Stargate convention.
Oh, there's a lot of Hathors at Stargate conventions.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's a very
Yeah.
it's a very popular.
Somebody tell me when the next one is then.
Hathors and Tok'ras. Wait till you see the Tok'ra,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah.
Tok'ra. They don't even
Shanice.
understand the concept of appropriate clothing. They're all just
Yeah.
dressed like strippers, dude.
Gary,
It's all leather and midriff and cleavage. What is up with the Tok'ra? I'm just realizing right now the Tok'ra
Yeah.
is really.
I know. Well, as soon as you see Shanice when she turns up,
Shanice,
I
it's
mean,
like-
I don't know if
I have a
Oh, we
feeling
might-
they needed the ratings to go up. They're like, guys, we saw a 3-point drop last season.
yeah.
We need
We
to
might-
introduce Shanice.
Wait. So she spawns the symbionts?
Yeah, she's a
Yes.
Goa'uld queen. So this is important. There's not very many queens. Whether you're on the Tok'ra side or the Tok'ra is like the Goa'ulds aren't that bad. But
Yeah.
Goa'uld, there are not very many Goa'uld queens. You know, for every thousands of Goa'ulds, there's 1 or 2 queens.
which is quite interesting because they do also later on talk about the fact that their home planet where Goa'ulds originated from as symbiotes, they do organically come from the water, but
There must be
there's
queen,
limited queens. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be queens in the water. I think it's like bees or ants, same concept.
Mm. Yeah.
So does the doctor, like, instead of having like a Stallone poster on her wall, she has a muscle tissue poster on her wall?
Oh.
Yeah, and what's your point?
Or maybe she's just hot.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's just an honest emotional connection. They have a lot of the same interests.
Sodium pentothal is the truth drug, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't actually work. It just makes you super high, and so you're more susceptible to answering questions.
Wait. All right, because I think I missed it. So why does she hate Ra if Ra was also a Goa'uld?
Because they disagreed.
Okay.
So I think that Ra was trying to rule in a very fearful way, and she was trying to do something differently. So they are enemies for sure, but she's not good. She's not a good guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. Bow chicka bow wow.
She's talking about sperm.
She's talking
I'm
about
not-
by generation.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys recognize
Oh
that.
Lord, no.
They couldn't say the word sperm
How
on
dare
television.
you? How dare you?
But that's what she's talking about. The code of life. We do so enjoy the procurement of the code of life. Like, oh my God, girl.
Wonder if
Calm
that line
down.
Works, I wonder if that line works in a bar. Hi. Would you like to exchange?
I
the
do
code
so enjoy the process of delivering the code of life. Sir, you need to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone about my busy hands. I have to say though, that's a really bad wig though, isn't it? I remember this the first time I watched it and I thought that's a bad wig.
She has a wig on?
Yeah, that's a wig, yeah.
No, I didn't see it as a wig. I got a thing for redheads.
Yeah, I was going to say
likewise.
that does not matter at all. Oh, I like her in Soldier Duds.
Fate of Fontaine, yeah.
I do
It's
think
like,
it's sort of
end
funny.
do you? Which end do I point at people?
I do think it's sort of funny that all the women try to solve the problem, and
Yeah.
they're quickly captured, like very quickly. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
All these plans, and it's instantly derailed.
It's like
There
they
was an
meet up
episode of the Star
secretly.
Trek animated show back in the 70s where all the men were incapacitated.
Yeah.
And like Uhura and them had to solve it.
Christie's Corner, yeah. I mean, as a limited hair person myself, I see wigs everywhere.
I like Vic Fontaine's comment.
Yeah.
She wants a shot of Vitamin Daniel.
Do you think they meet up, all these female officers, on a regular basis and going, so what happened today? Well, you know, they tried to overtake the base.
Well, you know, Colonel O'Neill was invisible again, and he was hanging out in the showers.
There should have been a
I'm
spin-off.
really worried now about taking a shower because he's always hanging out in the shower invisible. That episode was so problematic.
It was, and they still haven't fixed the unisex issue. It's still a problem.
Oh, that's hilarious. He's like out of it.
You remember that episode where she's like, Colonel, are you in here? He's like, no. He's here.
Oh, great episode. Low budget and just hilarious.
That should have been a spin-off of just the you know, an all-female outfit.
Look how jacked Teal'c is, though, you know, when he's like, I'm not joking. I actually think he got bigger as the series went on.
Yeah, he got bigger and bigger for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing with your hands? What does that mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Starts playing patty cake.
I'm having a bath.
So this is a foothold situation, right?
Yeah.
This is foothold. So actually, she probably should have shot him.
Because according
to the way they were trained in foothold situations, they have to kill each other to take back the base.
You're absolutely right. Because there's an upcoming episode where, as you know, there's another foothold situation, and she does do it and doesn't know that it's actually a replicant, does she? She makes the call to shoot.
Well, she would have got one shot off before all the other soldiers.
And it doesn't matter. All she had to do was kill Hathor.
Yeah.
And she's got people behind her backing her up with automatic weapons.
Oh, this is an important part. Horny for all you normal speaking people. Yeah. The word she uses, which they weren't allowed to use on television, was horny. Yeah. They said libidinous.
That's a new spin-off. Stargate SG horny.
90% of people do not know what that word means. Yeah. But that's how they keep the PG rating.
Stargate SG spot.
SG spot.
It's just...
Oh, so he's fighting it. Notice that?
Yeah.
So
she's putting in a bit more.
That's showing that Colonel O'Neill is stronger than the average men there.
Yeah.
Because he was fighting it
Yeah,
off.
as long as you know, she should just offered him some wedding cake, then he would have been he would have been toast.
Well, he's like, I'm not making that mistake again, lady.
What I like about this is
Oh,
in the series.
hello.
And
They dumb
we-
down O'Neill, don't they? But in
Yeah.
fact, he's actually really intelligent.
Yeah, they dumb him down to make him more personable,
Deliberately.
but then they
Yeah.
sort of show that he acts that way as a way to
Yes.
disarm people. He's actually insanely intelligent.
Yeah.
And I think that's necessary for television because you have to like develop the character over a long period of time.
It's like,
By the way, Christopher Mays is right. He wasn't wearing military issue undershirt. That's not normal.
yeah.
Well, oh,
Yeah, he's a Jaffa now.
Mm.
So now we know how the Jaffa are made.
Yep. See, good writing again.
so basically, being a Jaffa sucks, but becoming a Jaffa is not so bad. If that's
I mean, I don't think that's how all the Jaffa are made because remember his son was gonna.
Well, then that sucks.
His son was. Remember his son that episode was gonna also go under the procedure. The
Right.
priest was gonna cut him into him.
This way was
Do you
is a lot more appealing.
Do you know what? If
Oh,
Gary
watch
was
this,
with,
watch this. Come on in, boys.
It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I'd be John. I'd be like, hey,
Hubba,
Jaffa sounds fine to me.
They're like, there are 5 women in here, very alone.
yeah.
Women behind bars.
We need
Here
to
we
take
go.
a shower.
Get your
Stargate.
shirts off, ladies.
Stargate Women Behind Bars.
Oh, hey,
a new show coming this fall.
These stupid soldiers.
That's exactly what you would do, wouldn't it? Yeah.
He's gone.
I like how
Yeah.
Carter punches that guy, but the doctor was just making him out, making out with
Yeah,
him.
yeah. She's
Notice
like, I might as well get something out of
Well,
this.
I love the doctor so much. She is great.
Do you know
The
what?
last scene of
She
the
just
episode.
started making out with the airman.
The last scene of the episode needs to be the two of them going off for a date.
Yeah.
Ooh, good.
Ooh.
Nighty
Do you know
night.
what? I think, Gary, if I found you like 5 minutes you were with Hathor, there would be pouches on your front and back and everywhere across your body.
What's your
Yeah.
point, John?
He just has PS pouches everywhere.
What's your point?
just
Gary, were you with Hathor? No.
yeah, he's collecting them like tattoos, you know.
It's like, were you with Hathor? Yeah, nothing. You can prove it. Yeah. Okay.
Locker room.
I like the fact that all the other female soldiers, their stance and their movements, you believe they're soldiers, and you kind of believe that this is the first time that the doctor is doing all this.
Yeah, the doctor is clearly
Yeah.
she's a doctor in the military. She's not a soldier.
Yeah.
Like she's holding the weapon
Yeah.
the way my wife holds the duck hunt gun from Nintendo.
Oh, well, that's
I was-
gross.
I was going to say that outfit must stink after several thousand years of just being in a sarcophagus.
I don't know, for some reason, I feel like she smells like strawberries.
You've met her, haven't you? You got a pouch.
She's actually a really nice person.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say if I have a pouch or not. But
Yeah.
implant me, Hathor. Implant
Yeah.
me. So this is actually really interesting. I forgot what happens, but he gets a symbiote, doesn't he? The same way Jaffa do.
He's about to,
Oh, shrimp.
because it's waiting for one to select him, but I
Oh,
think
I
they
see.
get him out just in time.
I see.
So you guys, so you guys have gone now from spoiling things that happen in future season to spoiling things that happen in the next 10 minutes. Okay, great.
I
see
mean,
how this is going to go.
Christopher Mace.
my
I don't want
question.
to ask that.
I have a question. So she used Daniel's DNA.
As Victor Fontaine said.
Yeah, Daniel's always sperm guy. Well, so Daniel's swimmers are the ones that help create this batch of Goa'uld, right?
Daniel's the dad of all
So these
those
are like
little...
human Goa'uld hybrids then.
Yeah, they're super intelligent archaeologist Goa'ulds
Well, but
now.
doesn't she say that she does that with all the different species in their own way? She said, like, this form is the most pleasurable of all the times I have to do this or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And maybe that's also why the Goa'uld look like they have human skin almost, like they're pinkish, like shrimp, instead of the snakes they usually are.
That's the sick bay, doctor. We have the technology. Oh yeah, put them in there.
I always find every time they get close to technology, something happens to it.
So unfortunate they can't keep this thing on the base.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Imagine if like you actually can use this as part of your mission.
You imagine what it would do to the planet as well if they suddenly got hold of this tech.
Bro, no cancer, no disease, no sickness.
Yeah.
Although it
Just
does make people crazy. Doesn't it make people crazy? Yeah. After a certain amount of time, they get nuts.
Mm.
Yeah, it's an addictive tech.
Yeah.
They should do like a little Get Smart thing where like his nose gets caught in it or something.
So Christopher says, can the Sarcophagus un-Jaffa someone? I think that it's only before they haven't gotten a symbiote.
Yeah, because right now all they've done is like prepare the sack or something, right?
Right.
And I think the difference here as well is O'Neill's also got an immune system.
These airmen are just randomly spraying bullets at people.
Yeah. I'll launch a nuke in there in a minute as well.
There goes the tech.
Yeah.
I love the way he just goes, all right, let's handle this. He just came out of it. He doesn't even know what's going on, and he's got a weapon. I love Jack O'Neill. He's so cool.
He's great. Such a good actor.
Yeah, he's so good.
He was talking this morning as well on with, on that video I watched, and he was talking about he made sure everybody had a fun time, but he said he got fed up with people who were coming on MacGyver entitled, and they thought they needed to be treated differently, and he just said straight away, if you've got a problem, tell us straight away, or go to Brad Wright and Co and tell them, because I don't want any of the hassle on set.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like the lead, so he's got to play that coordinating, actor.
Yeah, exactly. I love this. This is great.
Yeah, good line.
Feel sorry for the guys cleaning that mess up.
Well, it looks like there's a few dozen of those things in there. She and Daniel must have really kind of gone to town.
Good shooting. Christopher Mays, no, We see him in the finale for the first time.
Yeah, they don't have Zats yet. I gotta be honest, I actually have a criticism of Zats. I think they should have never been introduced. It brings way too many questions that are really hard to answer.
The one tap and the double tap.
Yeah, it's so confusing. And
Yeah.
how far apart do those have to be so you don't disintegrate someone?
Yeah.
If you wanted to introduce Zats, then just make it so that they were always a stunning thing and never a disintegration thing.
You can imagine that one SG crew member from another team, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot. I'd already zapped him once."
Oh, sorry, Jim.
Yeah.
I know, dude.
Sorry. I'll put it in the report.
Or maybe put a dial on them or something like phasers, so you turn them up or down. It would have made more sense. The double tap thing was, you gave too many holes to be criticized.
Yeah. The staff weapons or
and this is by far my favorite show of all time. So when I criticize it, it's a real criticism.
Yeah. I thought this, Christopher Mays. Every time I watch it, I was thinking, what the hell did they put in there? Was it like gasoline?
Yeah, it just caught on fire.
Yeah. Another good explanation.
Watch the security feed, Daniel.
Daniel, they just set your babies on fire, bro.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Little Daniel.
Yeah. Jack, ooh.
He's clearly watched the security feed.
Oh, she's scooping up goo.
Oh, it's like 90s only fans.
Is that Stargate merchandise just called a little bottle of Daniel goo?
You know, I said that Brian would create anything and sell it. You know, he's not going to create that.
Go, Brian.
I have my limits, guys.
Little vials.
I'm not making Daniel juice. Hey, so the general just gave her a promotion, basically.
Yeah.
Or accommodation.
Accommodation.
Yeah, it's a great episode, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Next up is one of the most boring episodes of all of Stargate. So if you enjoyed that one, you ain't going to enjoy the next one, but you will enjoy the commentary, I hope.
Yeah. So on this one, guys, what are we giving this? You know, and everyone in the chat, let us know what your score out of 10 is for this episode.
For me, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, Brian. 8 out of 10. Brian.
Yeah, it builds so much lore. It explains things from the freaking movie. It explains things that are to come, and it builds a foundation. It lets the Carter and the Doctor shine a little bit, which is cool. A lot of funny moments, and that actress is super hot. And building the lore around her and introducing the Queen aspect. There's just a lot of foundation that was laid here. No pun intended, Daniel. But a lot of roads were laid down. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
so to speak.
Yeah. And so it's even outside, like just outside the funny parts and like the whole hot chick thing, I think it's just a good episode because it lays so much foundation for the series. I mean, dude, it's explaining things from the movie. So
yeah, and I agree. I mean, I certainly think, it also establishes again that the Goa'uld, they don't like each other,
right?
And that's to come. That she's saying there, you did us a favor by killing Ra.
Yeah, they're not all just like
each other.
They might not all be comic book villains. Maybe there's a little more depth to them. Maybe they're all bad guys, generally speaking, right?
Yeah,
especially since they've been utilizing the sarcophagus for thousands of years, which makes you nuts. So you have these people that are sort of crazy already, and they use the sarcophagus for thousands of years, and that makes them even more, narcissistic and sociopathic. but that doesn't mean they don't all have the same goal. There is factions. There's a community inside the Goa'uld. There's more depth to it than just comic book mustache twirling villains.
Yeah, exactly. And Gary, what are your thoughts on score out of 10 for this one?
What do I give this? 9.75.
So 13 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm shallow. I'm shallow, and I own my shallowness.
He's booking his Comic-Con tickets as we speak while we're watching these.
He just went on eBay and bought a vial of Daniel juice.
If anybody has any good Stargate cosplay from this, find me on Facebook. I'll friend you.
Me, I give it an 8 out of 10. I do enjoy this episode. I think I can't really say anything else than what you said there, Brian. Really, it's the lore building is excellent. There's some great little comedy moments in it. And again, for me, whenever I hear all the nonsense about these days where it's like, oh, we need representation for women in programs and stuff, this show is a literal blueprint of how many strong female characters there are in this series.
This is the kind of representation.
It's top drawer and it's well written. Yeah, I thought you might say that. Yeah. So
yeah, John, I think you're totally right. Like you don't have to hammer the audience with constant evil man, rah action hero woman. You don't have to do that. You can just show that on screen. Notice how both genders work together. It wasn't a men versus woman thing. At one point, it totally could have been, but it ended up being, at the end of the day, a team effort where, with the women did have to step up to assist the men. But the second that sarcophagus exploded, what happened? Boom! Colonel Jackson was back in action. So you can do strong female characters without constantly yelling at the male part of your audience.
Exactly right. Yeah,
I would really enjoy having a scene where Jack and the Colonel are reading Carter's after action report, and just you see the expression on their face as they're reading her report.
Yeah, Daniel's like, I'm a bit sore in the groin area. Does anyone know why?
And then after the general reads it, he's like, Colonel, these are now classified. Nobody ever reads these ever again.
Yeah, no one can ever see this, right?
Meravita, I don't think I've seen you before, so I just want to say welcome if it is your first time on the watch-alongs. Good to have you with us.
So I'm presuming,
and stick around, guys. We're going into the episode 14 right now.
Yeah, I rarely ask for spoilers, but so I'm assuming that she comes back.
Possibly.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I don't really know how to answer that, to be honest.
But after the way you've reacted to this one, I'm not sure we'll give you any more info.
How dare you? I'm calling my lawyer, John.
So what we'll do, we're going to the next episode, but I just want to ask Brian, could you do a Sci-Fi Chronicles limited edition T-shirt of Gary, but he's got loads of pouches all over his body?
As long as you have it signed by that actress, that's fine with me.
He's sitting in one of those pools just covered in black goo.
Yeah. And like we all walk in and he's like, what?
All right, you guys ready to rock it?
Give me a T-shirt that says give me a T-shirt that says Hathor's honey or something.
I actually have a Hathor design T-shirt. I'll send you a copy. It's not on the website now. We took it down, but I should probably put it back up. It's really cool, actually.
Yeah,
really
quality.
Cool. It says Hathor and it says sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's pretty awesome.
Okay.
It looks like one of those old AC/DC shirts, but it has her face looking all pretty.
Quality. But yeah, we're going to the next episode now. So Brian, let me know when you're ready and I'll start the timer.
All right, guys, this is season 1, episode 14, titled Singularity. We are starting it right now, and if you are just joining us and you want to watch it without having to open up Prime, or maybe you don't have Prime, or you don't have the Pirate Bay or whatever, or the box set, you want to watch it with us live, hit the Discord. The link is in the pinned comment, and it would take you to a channel where I am streaming it live. You ready to rock?
Yep.
Tres, dos,
I
uno,
guess.
go.
And we're off.
Again,
Maravita, great to have you with us.
again with the flashing lights.
I paused it a couple times to get it to the right time. So
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
there we go. We're synced up. So they're going to another planet where there's some kind of singularity,
Like black hole, not black hole, solar eclipse or something,
yeah,
is it?
something like that. Some astronomical phenomena.
This is what I love about it, that they're surprised that he knows all about this.
Right. Well, remember he has a
surprised
telescope.
Daniel
He's
does.
into
Yeah.
space, bro. That they would not know that though. Only we would know that if you watch the movie. That's how they.
Yeah. He's a very private man. So this is the first official facility by the SGC off-world, isn't it?
Right. I guess this is like Alpha Site A or something.
Yeah.
This looks like Wisconsin or something like.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't touch him! Don't touch him! Don't touch him!
Yeah.
Oh, he
Go
touched
ahead
him
and touch him, Jack.
right away. Right away, just touches him.
Yeah. Just like, what?
He's like, "What the?"
Yeah, exactly.
So I like this protocol. They see someone sick, they immediately have like protocol for it.
Yeah.
They put on all the gear. He starts rubbing his hands with what I assume is some kind of iodine, right?
Yeah, it's well written. I mean, other shows you'd have
Yeah.
they'd wait until the hazmat team turned up, wouldn't they? Or
Right,
something
right.
like that. But you wouldn't. You'd scrub yourself down as quick as possible.
Right.
Victor Fontaine, yeah, it's good. They've got lots of different SG teams.
Yeah, that just builds. It just builds like the rich plan. Like we're not just following one team.
Yeah,
In other shows, it would just be one team we were following, right?
yeah,
In fact, there'd be an episode arc where they discovered another team randomly.
yeah.
Why didn't they communicate with SGC that they were sick?
Oh, look, Maravita's just said it's activated charcoal,
Yeah,
standard
that's what it
military
looked
gear.
like.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense too. Yeah.
It looked like a black cookie that he was rubbing on himself.
Yeah. When I was in the military, we used that to clean water too. There was like activated charcoal filters you can use to clean water. I never had stuff to put on my hands though. That's new to me.
Yeah. I'll have to order some. I still think this is one of the best soundtracks for any series.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that scene yet where the colonel's wearing that coat yet, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't
You
look
haven't,
familiar to me.
but you will.
Yeah, that's a good episode, man.
Yeah.
We're getting close to it too, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or maybe we're not. I keep thinking about. I'm just right now. I remember that back then they made 20 episodes of television. No, we are getting close. We're getting close to this.
Yeah, we
finale.
are.
Finale is gonna be great, guys.
Yeah. Well, politics is a superb episode as well, and it's a bottle episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm glad they're using the Doctor in every episode.
That's one of the first award-winning bottleneck episodes.
Yeah, it's very good. Maravita, no, don't apologize. It's good to have you you commenting along and mentioning these things because I wouldn't have a clue.
I was in the army too. When were you in the army? I don't remember no activated charcoal packs like that.
Yeah.
When were you in the army, Maravita? Because we had the activated charcoal for cleaning water as part of our MREs, but we never had anything for cleaning our hands. That's new to me. Then again, it's been 25 years since I was in the military. Oh yeah, we were in the same time. That's when I was in. I guess I just forgot about it.
This is where we find out in about 10 minutes time that you two were literally on duty.
I know, yeah.
together.
Maravita, where did you serve, man? Where did you go to basic? I went to Leonard Wood, Missouri, Fort Leonard Wood. Oh, you went to Bliss? Oh, you were in a better place. Yeah, I was in Lost in the Woods. It sucked, bro. It was freezing during the winter time, and it was blazing hot in the summertime. And there were flies the size of like mice that would just land on you.
That's
and just,
not good.
It was horrible.
Yeah, that's not good. Now, I will say about this episode, this is another episode where we find out just how evil the Goa'uld are.
Right.
Christopher Mays, yeah, 100%.
Oh, you went to Lost in Woods for basic too. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I went to basic and advanced was in Lost in Woods. I went to Jackson for airborne, and then I was stationed a bunch of places after that. Dude, I wish I got hurt year 2. I got hurt year 6. Ugh. Push that timetable up.
Hardcore stuff you guys went through by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Now, Gary, this is a character that sticks around for quite a long time.
Yeah. And
Really?
just a forewarning.
Yeah.
I very much dislike this character.
Mm. Especially the teen years.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's the
You had a
worst.
special prom episode of Stargate.
I mean, when there's an episode that's okay, like her last episode makes you like her a little more, but man, that lead up is brutal, dude.
Yeah. But again, what I like about this is the fact that, again, they're not gating anyone back to Earth. They're basically quarantining the facility.
Right.
They're doing everything there, which you would do, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if this was Star Trek Discovery, they would have already beamed back to the ship.
Yeah. They'd be running around the decks
Right.
together in their disco tops.
Yeah. Yeah, talking yelling at each other. That's not my pronoun.
Yeah. Yeah.
While the ship is literally crying over comms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can I just ask, is it right of us to fire Toton torpedoes at another species? Let's discuss that before we press the button.
So this girl was like patient 1 then, right? Patient 0?
Yeah. So this is, and again, this is where we find out how devious it is when we get there, isn't it? But again,
yeah. The Goa'uld are evil. Like this shows how evil these Goa'uld are. Like what they're and it's diabolical what they do. And you're gonna see right now, Gary. We don't want to let it out of the bag.
Yeah. Christie's Corner, 100%. Being a Brit, I always like the fact you guys are so patriotic about your service members. So, keep commenting. This is a perfect show for it.
I like that this is not just a random forest.
Yeah.
I think as the series goes, it's more and more often just like a forest in Canada somewhere.
Again, at least they try new things each week, don't they? And they're trying to make
a lot of
more
fun having your molecules
sets.
disassembled.
Is that how it works? Does it work like the teleporter? No, it doesn't, right?
So it does scatter it scatters them and then reintegrates them
right
before they get to the event horizon, I think.
So it's like an Eisen-Rosen bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
I've never actually thought about how it worked. Interesting.
Because I think in the earlier episodes,
just pat her on the head.
I think in the earlier episode, Carter says something about it's the microseconds that your molecules are disintegrated before they're reintegrated at the other end.
Oh, that's right.
Something.
There's an episode where they lose someone, but they're not lost. They're stuck in the buffer system.
That's it.
That's right.
Oh, like Scotty.
Not exactly, but similar. Yeah.
Yeah, James Doohan doesn't turn up in Stargate.
That'd been great.
Oh, every little girl's dream room.
Oh, Lord Toth, were you in the military too? Maybe you've already told me that.
We'll get you some.
Loads of them.
We'll get you some Backstreet Boys posters in here.
Backstreet's back. All right. That's comforting.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
While you're sleeping,
I'll be watching you while you're sleeping. Don't worry. I'll be looking at you through the camera that's pointed directly at your bed. Oh, wow. Air Force Major. That's awesome, dude.
Wizard Lives Matter. If you go up to the top of the chat, you should have the link up the top, and that'll take you into Discord.
Yeah, in the pin chat, there's a Discord link, sir.
Yeah, and welcome.
We'll be able to see you when you join.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me give you a standard link. I'm not sure why it wouldn't be working.
Yeah, I can post it. He did. Yeah, he's wearing a tie today.
Here, I'm putting it in private chat.
Yeah.
Do that one. So that will take you to the main Discord, and you can just click on the watch party. Okay. That's the main podcast Discord. When you get in there, just click on the only voice chat that's active. It's called Watch Party.
Yeah. So that one I've just put up that Brian sent in. Try that one. That should get you in.
That's like the general Discord link. That instead of putting you directly into the Watch Party, it drops you into that's the main Discord.
Hey, so did our tax dollars have to pay for that blanket and all these dolls?
Listen, that's a small cost in comparison to the $40,000 hammer.
That's the USAID
toilet. Remember that thing from Independence Day?
Yeah.
You don't think they spend $20,000 on a hammer, do you? Or $40,000 on a toilet? Where do you think the money goes?
Yeah. Oh, no, that says, we're going to need some therapy in,
Right. chowing down on a hot dog.
Yeah.
Really, Wizard? It works for me, dude. Huh. Well, if you have if you're already in Discord,
You are
maybe
not
just-
alone. She's a Time Lord.
maybe open up Discord, the app, and then
Yes.
click on the link. Instead, if you're maybe you're trying to do browser. Worst case scenario, boot up Amazon Prime and just sync up the episode. I suppose.
Yeah. Let us know. Hopefully you can get in.
I would use the app. Don't use the browser, but it's whatever you want to do, bro. Oh, the channel. If you're in the Discord server is called the Popcast. And if you're in the Popcast Discord server, the POPCAST, I'll put it in chat. And if you're in there, click on the voice channel that's in 10 forward. It's called Watch Party. It's only one with people.
Yeah.
Jack would be a crappy astronomy professor.
Yeah, he would be.
Lord Foth, that's cool. That Discord is going to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I wish I spent more time there.
Oh, that's reassuring.
It's good. Thanks for everyone for watching. We got a good bunch of people watching again tonight. So
Yeah,
glad you're enjoying it.
yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying these episodes.
Oh, she can
Yeah.
speak.
We're gonna pretty soon. We're gonna have to start doing 4 episodes every Sunday.
Yeah.
No.
I'm quitting my job, just so everyone knows.
I mean, I'll be divorced by then, so we'll have plenty of time.
You can talk. Yeah,
We'll
come,
be-
join us in 2 weeks when we're doing a whole season a day.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm living with Gary because I've been kicked out of my home.
We're all disheveled with really big beards.
Gary, I'm living with you, buddy.
That's fine with me. You can help upgrade my computer.
Yeah.
pretty
You might
good
have
at
to worry about the life-size Hathor figure that he's got in his living room though, Brian.
You said you weren't going to say
You
anything
should
about
tell
that.
about that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Lord Todd, I got my wife to cosplay as Teal'c one time, and I was wearing my military outfit. I wasn't as skinny as Shepard is, but we went to a convention, and everyone asked who I was, but they immediately knew who she was, which means I'm too fat to play Colonel Shepard, but luckily she actually has the skin complexion of Teal'c.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
My wife is very accommodating to my weird nerd requests. She just won't paint herself green.
Yeah.
The day she does, I'm quitting YouTube. You'll never see me again.
Please tell me they don't start pounding on her chest and going, "Don't you die! Don't you
Yeah.
dare die!"
I'm worried about your wife that one day she'll see you come in and you just got a big bucket of green with a massive paintbrush.
Yes.
Or I come on, I say I'm retiring and my lips are green.
Yeah. And your wife will go, "Kids, we're going to the car right now."
Get in the car, we're leaving. All right, cool, Wizard.
Yeah, good to see you in
Good
here.
luck, man. Oh, I see the Winter Wizard. You made it. There you are.
Yeah, good to see you.
Unless there's 2 wizards, which is weird.
Yeah.
Joe Flanagan is a great dude.
Yeah. Do you know what? Before he got cast in Atlantis, I first saw him turn up in an episode of CSI Miami.
Oh, she has 2 hearts. She's a Time Lord.
Yeah. By regeneration.
Oh my God! Listen to that. Hear that noise?
Oh, not 2 hearts. What is that?
There you go. Now this shows the tech of the Goa'uld as well.
Right.
And this establishes a particular one called Nearty.
So the Stargate is what her going to the Stargate is what activated this thing.
Yeah.
That's super clever.
She's basically a human Trojan
the same
horse.
guy they had doing the last surgery. Every time he has to do it, it's a failure. This poor guy is like,
yeah, you'd be like, come on, let's change it up a little bit.
Yeah, is there anything simple here? It's always like an alien device.
Stargate colonoscopy.
That's rad, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like the character. I like this concept of this episode for sure.
Yeah. But this is, when you compare it to today's shows, even what we would say are not great episodes for Stargate are bangers compared to what
Pull
we
it
get
out.
today.
She's dying. Oh, what an idiot. Well, that was negligent.
They don't know what it is. Yeah, thank God they didn't use them. They don't know what it is yet, but imagine just like charging her up at this point.
Yeah. You've just turned her nuclear.
It was like self-protective, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's protecting itself from being removed.
Yeah.
So, Wizard, so basically, me and Brian have seen these episodes countless times. We probably lost count the number of times we've watched them, whereas Gary is watching these episodes for the first time. So it's great fun with me and Gary talking about what Brian talking about what we love and having Gary talk about what he loves.
As I tune out all the spoilers these guys throw out every 3 minutes.
Yeah. And we've established that Gary's
it's like, hey, Gary, you're gonna
unhealthy.
Gary, you're gonna love this next scene where this happens.
Yeah,
okay,
Gary also has an unhealthy obsession with females.
Hathor.
Yeah, yes.
Unhealthy. Yeah. I'm gonna contact
particular aggressive, villainous females.
I'm a big fan of Wedding Cake.
He could become the real Daniel Jackson at the end of that episode.
I'd rather be. I can't think. Would I rather be Jack in the Wedding Cake episode or Daniel in the Hathor episode?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, Daniel, bro. You see the size of that tub? That's all Daniel juiced. That guy. That guy.
Yeah, but she was evil. She was evil.
But he needed Gatorade after that, dude.
The Wedding Cake lady wasn't evil.
I'm surprised he wasn't on an IV after that episode.
Yeah. Good to have you along, Stays Ace.
So
you guys are going to create an unfavorable image of me with all of our.
No, bro, you're a red-blooded American. Don't worry.
Yeah. There's no judgment here, mate. No cancellation.
John's also a red-blooded American, honorably.
I'm waiting for the return.
Thank you very much.
I'm waiting for the return of Hathor episode.
Yeah. I have heard officially Trump has said that I'm allowed in the USA whenever I want.
Christopher,
we're like that, me and Trump.
Yeah, they're going to hang out. Play golf together. Christopher Mays had a good comment. Why are you surprised his wife, Sharee, has been missing for a long time? Bro was backed up.
Yeah,
Notice
Daniel's
since
like,
that episode, he hasn't mentioned his wife once.
that's right.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he forgot about his wife.
Well, he's probably thinking all the way as he's trying to find her, he's going, I'm going to have a difficult conversation with her about what I've done.
I've made it with your queen.
Oh, you watched the Brain Show. Oh, great. Yeah, Brain Show's excellent. You know, there you go, Brian.
Awesome, bro. Glad to have you.
Gamma, they'll turn into the Hulk.
Yeah, they are.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Dude, they did Sam's fiance so wrong in the next season. Oh my god! And he's played by the same guy who was directing the episode. Remember? Oh,
Yeah.
I forget his name is Peter something. Great
Deloise.
actor. Deloise. That's right. Thank you.
Yeah. And it's his dad was in it as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Don
Oh,
DeLuise.
Peter DeLuise was in 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
He's great in this series. But man, do you feel sorry for him, bro?
Yeah, you do. Great having you here, Christie's Corner, as always. Important member of the community.
Oh, that's the first time we see it. It's the first time we see the Goa'uld ship.
Yep.
A Goa'uld mothership. Or attack vessel. I guess the motherships are bigger, right?
It's how devious they are. You got the random officer sat at the other end. Look, what's that? Pentagon officer.
So, and I bet you they can't send her back through without it blowing up. Yeah, there's a bunch. Yeah. One for each faction, right?
Yeah.
So they can't send her back to the gate, right?
No.
Ah, that's so diabolical, dude.
And the clock's ticking. Now, remember when we watched Bloodlines last week when Carter was talking to Daniel about it's not worth shooting them with the machine gun when they were in the water tank, you know, and we were all back Daniel on it. This is where she's now changed her mindset on it, because if this
she was
happened,
like,
she would have backed it.
Yeah, she was like, well, you're going to be just like them. Well, at this point, she figures out that they're beyond saving. There's no diplomacy. Design. Yeah, the ships are really cool in this series.
Yeah, awesome. Love the ships.
They're all super unique too.
Yeah.
The replicators are like 4 seasons away.
Oh.
Don't worry, we'll get there, Wizard. We'll get there.
We will. We will.
I love the general where he says, yeah, the decision's easy. The consequences are what's hard. It's like, yeah, that absolutely. Yeah.
But he always has to make the tough call, though, you know, and don't forget, when this season started, he was effectively, this was just going to be a quiet little post until retirement for him.
Yeah, this was a retirement post.
Yeah.
There wasn't supposed to be any activation. They mothballed the Stargate. They were never planning on using it again.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden he's like the front line against the biggest threat our planet's ever faced.
Yeah.
Hammond is one of the best characters in this entire series.
Yeah,
and you don't really notice it until after you've seen it all.
Yeah. There you go. So they figured out we've got to get back and warn them.
See, they're trying to send the girl back.
Yeah. Christie's Corner, yeah. It's end of season 3, I believe. Yeah. Replicators.
That's another sad ending. Like
Yeah.
you actually feel,
there's the shot.
you actually feel bad for the replicators at the end of that arc.
Yeah.
Great villains, dude. Make you feel
Yeah.
both bad for them and terrified of them.
Yeah. I love this bit. Great effects as well.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Oh, that was cool.
So rad.
Yeah. And you see it here as well. Look. Yeah. Awesome.
God, I freaking love Rich D. Anderson. He's so cool.
Top drawer. But if you get a chance to see that Brad Wright interview, it's good fun.
The last episode, I feel bad for not all the replicators, but that one replicator. Oh, no,
yeah,
it's not
that's
not the
later
last-
on. That's season
Yeah.
6, is it? Season
yeah.
6-ish?
The one human replicator life form.
Because
the
of
one
what
they
they have to
trick.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're so dangerous. They have no choice.
Yeah. He always reminded me, I always thought he was the same guy that went on to Battlestar Galactica to play the president's assistant.
Oh yeah, he looks like him.
He does, yeah.
He's also in he was in a Spin City with Spin City with the guy from Back to the Future. What's his name?
Michael J. Fox. Yeah.
Michael J. Fox, right.
Miravita, yeah, he does. Yeah, there's a consequence.
Right.
Yeah, Wizard, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Like a kid basically.
He was a kid, basically, yeah.
Yeah. So another disused facility that they're going to now.
100%. AI will become replicators. Like,
yeah.
people aren't realizing AI is we're at a
we're
focal point in history right now.
We were talking about this on the Brain Show yesterday, weren't we?
We are driving as fast as possible toward replacing us as the dominant species on this planet.
Yeah. Well, as I said yesterday,
it's sort of wild.
As I said yesterday, some scientists have basically said with AI, the guardrails that they should have followed, all these big corporations ignored them because they wanted to be the first to say we've got AI. So you can't put it back in the box now because they've all shot past that.
Yeah. Too late. There would need to be like a worldwide ban on AI, and even then, too many of us can still build it in our garage with scraps. I have one running right now, and it has nothing to do with the internet. It's not even attached to the internet.
Yeah.
So it's too late. Like, anyone can create it. Yeah, the 3 laws of robotic were ignored. Exactly. Where was Isaac Asimov when we needed him?
Yeah. It's like those Chinese robots that they're building, that are going to be maids in your home. No freaking way.
Yeah. But when Gary sees the life version of it, he's going to be like, well,
does it come in Janet Fraser? Gary's there going, I hate you both.
So are they just going to leave her there? That's kind of ghoulish.
So are they like the very bottom of NORAD?
Yeah, they're at the bottom of the thing. Because he says you have 3 minutes to get down there and then 4 minutes to get back up.
But you would never get over something like this, would you? Leaving a kid down there to die.
That's
You
like the
know.
bomb shelter at the bottom of NORAD. It's sort of rad because that actually exists.
Yeah.
You know, NORAD goes really deep. It was designed to
Does it
like
really?
withstand nuclear attacks and like house the president. Yeah, Cheyenne Mountain is huge. That's where NORAD is. Yeah, I guess I'm saying NORAD, but that's the real life version of it. I guess they're in the real life version of it, right? They say Cheyenne Mountain, but do they ever say NORAD in the show?
Interesting is she's decided to lie to
No,
her.
they don't.
They don't. But they are
No.
using Cheyenne Mountain and the establishing
Yes.
shot as NORAD, right?
Yeah. I wonder how many of those type facilities there are in the US that you just don't know anything about, you know.
Christopher Mays says it's not NORAD. They said it was an abandoned nuclear shelter 20 miles away.
Yeah.
I see.
It's really interesting. She decided to lie to her. It's like, I'll be back. Everything will be okay. It's like, well, okay, well, that's interesting choice.
As she cries.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. That's ghoulish.
It's brutal, isn't it?
She would resign after this.
I wouldn't. After this, I would make it my goal to kill every Goa'uld I find.
Yeah. Especially Neity.
Right.
Yeah.
Negative.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, it's too late. She couldn't get back up in time anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
She wouldn't make it.
No, she wouldn't. I suppose this goes into the US military mindset of we don't leave anyone behind. Technically, you know, she's not in the military.
I guess
She's a
that's
little
true.
girl.
Right. I mean, like, you know, the military were like trained to protect people, right?
Yeah.
Like military aren't police. Like they're trained to listen to follow orders and protect Americans' interest. So, I mean, it's in her nature, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely. Christie's corner. Yeah, Brian can build me a robot anytime. Yeah, he's gonna. You've done it now. He's gonna start making the podcast.
This is
mixed teas ones.
Hey, our AI is called Shane for a reason, bro. I'm slowly building it to replace Shane when he eventually just has a heart attack.
Yeah.
He works way too hard, bro.
He's saying that yesterday. It's like, you know, especially you guys, we got families as well, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Were we supposed to feel something? Yeah.
So what happened exactly? I guess they're going to explain it right now. I always forget about this.
They've basically ascertained.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So, yeah.
She
There you
didn't
go. Because I'm a mom.
So again, they're establishing that, as long as she's
So the
not in
Stargate is where
proximity
the
to the
activation is?
Stargate, yeah, she's out.
Yeah, just
then
keep her
it's
away
not a
from the
problem.
Stargate.
Yeah, but it also establishes, and you'll get more of this, Gary, is there's Nakwada,
Yeah. The Nakatoa is the power source.
Yeah,
That's what the gates build from, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
they got a puppy.
Lord Foth. Yeah, I mean there's a great
Oh, that's
episode.
funny. She doesn't know what a dog is.
Yeah, there's a great episode later on with a black hole and
It's a
about being left
corgi.
behind. It's cool. You know what I'm on about.
You're supposed to put him down.
I love dogs, but us as humans have destroyed their genome to the point where they went from like dire
Hunters.
wolves to these little cute little things you hold in your hands.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Or in a purse.
Yeah, or in a purse.
The thing is, just like with cats, they reckon a new 2,000 years before they'll be properly domesticated.
Right.
Cats, because my cat looks at me sometimes at night, and I'm thinking she is planning to kill me. If the
Cats are
time
not
works out
domesticated.
for her, yeah,
Yeah. Dogs live with their humans, but humans live with their cats. That's the
Yeah.
difference. They
Yeah.
tolerate us.
yeah, they do.
One night, John, you'll get up and find out that your cat's gone all over your graphic novels.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen, to be honest. And then the war will begin.
Oh my God, Teal'c's outfit is so G.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at Christopher May's comment. Can we all know she's the ginger without freckles? That means she hasn't claimed her first soul. It's great, bro.
Yeah. He's always got a comment, isn't he?
I'm gonna remember that. I have a friend who's a redhead, and he has tons of freckles. I'm gonna be like, you monster! Just genocidal freak.
oh, that was nice.
Okay,
So,
what do you guys think?
yeah. So, Gary, what do you think of that episode?
You mean what do I rate it? I liked it. It was a good Carter, building thing. I kept thinking about the scene in the wedding cake episode where they expected her automatically to go and help with the baby being born, and she said, "What are you looking at me for?"
Right.
And this is kind of like the flip side of that, where they kind of give her the kind of emotional story beats. And along with that, this was basically just like a puzzle. First of all, it's like, well, how did everybody die on the planet? Why did she survive? And then what's going on with her, biology and stuff. So in that, it's kind of like a puzzle to be solved episode. I would give it well, my upper tier is like 8 to 10. So I would probably give this one a 6. It's like right in the middle of my second tier. So I'd probably give it a 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian?
Well, it's a 5 for me, except for this does set up a bunch of stuff in the future, so I have to give it a free 2 points.
Yeah.
So I would say like 6 to 7. I don't really care for the Cassandra character, but it did grow the character of Carter, which is one of my favorites, and it sort of shows her,
Yeah.
with the reason she feels the way she does later on, and it builds her as a person, and it establishes the character. What was the Goa'uld name you said? Nirti, right?
Nirti, yeah.
Sort of, yeah, establishes her diabolical, and it adds to how dangerous the Goa'uld are, and how they need to be on their. They need to be paying attention because the Goa'uld know of them and are actively trying to destroy them now. And that's a big deal because they have ships.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. And I would say I'd probably give this one a 6 out of 10 myself. I think, like I say, I'm not a fan of Cassandra, but as said in the chat, it's kind of a minor sort of reoccurring character throughout the series.
Yeah, and she's an annoying one, which sort of like it always feels like she takes you away from the stuff you want to see.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
actually really surprised.
Another distracting Cassandra moment, you know.
Well, I'm actually really surprised to see that when you said she comes back, because based on how this one resolved, you could just say, well, Carter goes to visit her off camera and everything, and they never really need to refer to her. So, I mean,
they refer to her often, bro.
Yeah, well, with the Hathor, it's kind of like, that's somebody who's like foundational to the, Goa'uld story. They have to bring her back, but the character like Cassandra, it's like, okay, this is a one episode character.
I think this episode for me as well, I say 6 out of 10. It's, it establishes the fact that, that it gives the name of Nirti. It shows, like we've said before, it shows just how ruthless the Goa'uld are. There are no rules of engagement with the Goa'uld whatsoever. They will do anything, any devious ploy to take you out, they will do it. And I also like the fact, like you said during the episode, Brian, you get to see the Goa'uld mothership, for the first time.
The attack
you get to see that, and then you see the gliders again, which is great. I think looking through sort of the comments as well, guys, I think Wizard gives it a 9 out of 10. So, glad you like that one.
Very good.
Lord Foff gives it a 6 out of 10. Mary Vita gives it an 8. And Juliet gives it a 7. So,
overall, a good time. If you have it's still a good time.
It sounds like what you two guys are saying. You guys seem to think that Cassandra becomes the Wesley Crusher of Stargate.
In a way. I mean, in a way, doesn't she join the Air Force at some point, though?
No, she doesn't.
Yeah,
she doesn't. No, you're thinking it. You're thinking of the other one, the super bright one.
For the next 10 minutes.
Is there another one that joins the Air Force?
You remember the super bright one where Carter goes to see her at the academy?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
He's stuck up.
Well,
but Cassandra,
she's also very annoying.
I'm going to put my fingers in my ears so I don't hear you guys spoiling everything.
So that's that. But, we've got another episode coming up, as we said, this is, these are flying by tonight.
Do they have
I'm
like
having a blast.
Do they have a General Hammond Day at Stargate like they had in Next Generation, where they do Captain Picard Day, where all the kids paint pictures and stuff? Do they have a General Hammond Day?
No, not as far as we know, mate.
Rats.
But,
okay.
Maybe they do. I suppose. I suppose a top secret facility, you can't really take your kids to work, can you?
You're right. Yeah. I just looked it up. So you're right. So she is a recurring character, not like Wesley Crusher, but it does.
She's
it
at
does
high
feel.
school.
Yeah, it does feel like every time you have to address her, you're taking the audience away from the actual story.
Okay. Can we before we start the next episode? Can we double check the link, because Christy says that the link isn't working?
Oh, okay. Are they signed up on Discord, Christy?
Maybe repost the link again or something, or double check that.
Use the link I sent you. Go to the main Discord and then just click on the watch party.
So what
the link should never stop working, guys. The link is a permanent link. It should never stop working. So
I'm going to post the link again here.
But if they're copying the link from YouTube, then it's copying like a YouTube link that forwards to that link and the whole thing. You want to actually use like the actual link proper.
So that's the one that
copy and paste that directly.
Wizard Lives Matter says the Discord links are expiring after a bit.
Oh, okay.
No, but not
So-
these ones. These are set to not expire.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I purposely, I don't even understand the concept of expiring links. Why do they even do that?
Yeah. So that one I've just put in.
To
Try
teach
that,
us that
everyone.
that all life is impermanent and just
Yeah,
that we should
our-
live in the moment.
Any link I
That's-
give
that's
you
what it
is a never expire and a max number of uses.
Yeah. So let us know if you got in there okay. And we'll start off the new episode in a couple of minutes or so, and hopefully you're in.
Well, I like the fact that I had 2 episodes in a row with a doctor in it, so that's good.
Link into the link spot in
Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah, okay. That's a good point. Yeah, you can do that too. You can also link it, copy it, or click it from Twitter. You know.
Yeah. Let me.
All right, she got it. Cool. All right, you guys ready to start up?
Yep, I'm ready to roll.
All right, this episode is called Cor-Ai.
Oh, it's about AI. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it about AI?
Cor-Ai. All right.
I don't think it's about AI.
Did they have AI back in 1990 whenever this episode came out?
No, they only just got through. Still working with Amigas at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Atari.
called Cor-Ai or
Yeah.
whatever.
Cor-Ai. Okay.
Cor-Ai. Can't really tell you more than that. I don't remember what it's about, but we're about to find out.
And this is an important Teal'c episode as well.
Oh,
everybody.
it's another
Give me
Teal'c
an A,
episode.
give me an I. What does
Yeah.
it spell?
It's
AI.
another Teal'c episode. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna like this one because it probably has something to do with the Jaffa and Teal'c, right?
Yeah, it does.
You know, it's crazy because as much as I love Teal'c, I hate Teal'c's people so much.
Yeah, exactly.
They're so obnoxious to me.
And it gets better with his stories as he goes along. You know,
That's true.
There's more to come from Teal'c that are much better stories, really.
All right.
Great stuff.
So season 1, if you're watching on Discord, great. If you're not watching on Discord and you want to still link up, then go to season 1, episode 15, titled Cor-Ai, and we're going to start it in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Just sync it up with the time on the screen, however you're watching. In 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off.
Yep, and it's pretty good sync.
Yeah. We're getting good. We're getting better at those.
Yeah, we are. I realize when I say 1, I have to actually give it a beat before I press it because you're like a second behind me.
Yeah. It was like Jedi mind tricks.
Okay. Oh, they're back on the Mongol planet.
Yeah.
It sort of looks like that, yeah.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
Cartago. Dude, Teal'c is so muscular, his bald head has muscles. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like you can see muscles in his head, bro.
Yeah.
He's so built, his head has abs.
Just his ears work out on a daily basis.
His earlobes are muscular.
Just lifting dumbbells.
His earlobes are lifting weights.
I like wherever they're filming this
Jacked.
in the background. The clouds are so low on the ground. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great location.
Yeah, that is not Canada. I'm not sure where that is, but I don't think that's Canada, guys.
They never ever released like a locations book or anything like that, did they?
No, there is. I have one. So
you got one.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's on my shelf. They have they did a book that it was actually a prop book where they show the prop and where it was used. And you can actually tie that to the episode. Not every episode's in there, but most of the episodes are. You know, I got that book from Robert Meyer Burnett's ex-friend, that dude that ran the Axanar Star Trek thing.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
he's the one that sent it to me. Yeah.
You know what the design of this?
Guys, don't worry. They have sticks, and you have
Yeah.
automatic rifles.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what
You're
the
going to be fine.
the design of the set reminds me of the set where they went to find Catherine in that castle where they had to go up the steps and the little thing was there. And
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
it reminds me of that layout.
Tormented
Almost medieval.
Tantalus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Victor Von Tank. Yeah, I've heard that about the Blu-rays. I mean, I've still got the DVD sets that are in order. But I did hear that they'd mixed the episodes up in the box sets.
I told you guys that they did that a few weeks back on mine.
Yeah.
I think it's because they combined the first 2 episodes on streaming.
Yeah, because Victor was saying that he's got Singularity is
Yeah. The order on the
before this
Blu-ray
ep-
doesn't match the air date order.
Oh, you're gonna have to go with the title.
yeah.
We're following the Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
free. Can't
Yeah.
help it.
Yeah.
Again, guys, you have sticks.
Yeah.
He says it is true with a frown on his face.
Yeah. It is true. You believe me or I'll kill you.
It is true. Do not make me painfully dismember you.
Yes. I do not want to break your spine. I want
I
to
am
be your
peaceful,
friend.
God damn it. If you do not believe me, I will destroy you. I am peaceful. Now put that gun down or I will kill you.
I could kill you with my thumb.
With my earlobe. He controls his
Christopher
earlobes
West.
like they're appendages.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Does.
I miss the good old days when the level of success your movie had is dependent on whether or not they made a parody of that same movie that was also
Yes.
successful.
Yeah.
Like you made Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It was so successful they made Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah.
I miss those
Hot
days,
shots.
bro. Yeah, hot shots, right?
Yeah. Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, Galaxy Quest, perfect example. Yeah.
Love that movie. It's special. I've still got to get our review out actually that we recorded.
Oh, that's
The three
right,
of
we
us.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
This actor he's overplaying it for sure.
Yeah.
It's just it's dropping my review down a little bit.
They've always made it like a medieval.
Oh my god, I remember
market
this
stall.
episode now. I remember this
Yeah.
episode. He goes on trial, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I hate this episode so much.
It is.
I hate it. It doesn't make any damn sense, bro.
No,
It's not as bad as the Mongol sexist episode, but it's definitely it feels like a waste of time.
Yeah.
Sorry ahead of time, guys.
Brian's camera will go off and then he'll come back in about half an hour.
Brian's camera's going off, but he's just going off to watch Hathor again.
Right.
Trust me, I'm
Hey,
here.
can I come?
You already did, Gary.
Oh, but that was a setup.
I love Teal'c's face. Looks like he's always about to kill someone.
Yeah. Thing is, when you get later on and he's actually got the dark hair, he looks so much better.
Yeah, he does. And he looks nicer. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
look like he's always angry.
Yeah.
He looks more stoic.
Just. I need to look at what the average viewing figures were in the US at the time for this because it was just doing so well.
Yeah,
It's
it was-
going great guns, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god, this
flashback.
episode sucks,
Flashback.
bro. Guys, this episode sucks. It sucks so
Oh, that's
bad.
what's his name?
That's
Apophis.
Apophis.
They wouldn't allow that
Daddy,
episode
Daddy,
now.
Daddy. Revenge is a dish that is best served cold. Without a lawyer.
What I will say about this episode, though, is General Hammond again is fantastic in this episode. What he says,
Yeah, but I'm still mad that Daniel was like, "That's not the way to handle this." I disagree. They have sticks.
Yeah.
All right. Like, I'm sorry, but they're backwards here.
This episode should cut to commercials like Law and Order, like the dun dun.
But again, it's that ethical debate of do you just use force to get out or get away from that planet to do greater good?
Yes.
Or do you stand trial to appease your conscience?
No.
I'm sorry, but yes, you use force to go save the universe.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sorry that you guys had I'm sorry about the trouble you had. I'm sorry about anything that we did or he did at some point in the past. But that is no longer important. You got to look at the bigger picture here.
That's right.
Yeah.
And your revenge fantasy has nothing to do with that.
Yep. Very good.
Basically,
just say that
if you let us know, we're trying to stop Apophis from coming back and doing what he did last time.
Yes, Daniel. God damn, dude. Sometimes he's such a cuck in these earlier seasons, you know?
Yeah.
Go in through the floor.
We haven't even got to Ascension yet.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You know, Daniel becomes like a Chad by season 5. He's like a straight up Chad. He's like Colonel Jack O'Neill. His haircut's better. He's wearing muscular shirts.
I'm totally with Jack here.
Yeah, giant puss. You're totally right, Christopher.
Hi, bear with me. Good to see you.
This is a giant puss in season 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I still love the character. Don't get me wrong, but like, it every one of these characters have this insane building moments where they learn to be the characters we love. That's what makes the show so good.
So she's the defense attorney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Confession.
Good to have you with us, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. What's that old adage? Grow the beard. Like, dude, TNG didn't become the phenomena it was, Star Trek Next Generation, until Riker grew his beard.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's when the characters started to grow into their own, and you didn't, they became charming. And
well,
likable.
That's Michael Piller.
I would slightly amend that to say that TNG didn't become great until they got over the Clips show at the end.
No, but the thing is, the reason the adage says grow the beard is because the beard is when the season where he came out with a beard is when
season 2
became really good,
like Cisco and DS9, the goatee.
Yeah, the goatee. Yeah,
and the shaved head.
Yeah, you gotta grow the beard.
Yeah,
it's like the opposite of jump the shark.
Yeah,
There's about,
Which came from
I
Happy
would say
Days.
there's about 6 good episodes in season 1.
I don't like season 1 of TNG. Like
No,
at all.
there's about half a dozen good ones.
I'm not a fan of literally any of season 1 of TNG. Well, no, that's not true. I like the episode where Crusher and Troy are working out together. That's a great episode.
That's not season 1.
I don't even know.
It is in Brian's head.
What season is that? That's the episode I watch all the time.
I think
you're forgetting about the Minuet episode.
Oh yeah. I think Michael Piller was great when he came in for season 3, and he turned it into a character-based episode each week.
Every episode has to impact one of the characters.
Yeah. And they stuck with that format, and it made it.
Unless it's Dr. Crusher, then I don't have to watch. I'm so bored.
I like Pulaski more. I'm still in the camp of I preferred Pulaski.
Dude, every Dr. Crusher episode was weak, especially the ghost sex one where she had sex with a candle or something.
Yeah,
at least show it so it's interesting.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
It's a bad episode. Let's be real.
It's a terrible episode.
It's a terrible episode.
Sub Rosa, that's the name of the episode.
She's even acknowledged it's a terrible episode as well.
Terrible episode.
It's called Sub Rosa.
Whatever it is.
It's bad.
She has sex with a ghost candle, bro. You can't write this any worse.
No. In fact, to be honest, that would probably work in Discovery these days.
God, bro, this guy is such a cuck. I dislike him so much.
Yeah.
They needed to get someone, honestly,
probably,
it should have been
I'm guessing Teal'c shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
it's a back scratcher.
It's Sub Rosa, yeah. They find a planet of Scottish people with bad Scottish accents. 100% Lord Foff.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because you're the accuser.
Yeah.
Right here, I'd be like, Daniel, why are we doing this with these people? They don't know what impartial means.
It's a drumhead trial. Thing is, I always think when I watch this episode is the flashback scenes is not the first time that Apophis has come through the gate. They must have come through on several occasions to this planet.
Right.
So how many times were they doing it? So again, they must know that he has no choice but to do that.
So yeah, she used the word fairly just now. Jack said, okay, explain fairness to me then. Explain your concept of fairness.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can pick this whole thing apart, by the way. I'm trying not to. I'm actually holding back.
Yeah.
At the very least, I'll say about this episode is that it shows humans on other planets defending themselves instead of just every human outside of Earth is a slave, That makes more sense. I like that. He answers immediately. Don't answer that, Teal'c. Absolutely, I did. I definitely did this. I am guilty.
I am Diego Montoya.
I did kill your father. And I have 7 fingers. Right.
Yeah,
Good
I've
point.
gone ghost.
Yeah, super. You have the auto focus on.
Yeah, so
You gotta get your hand super close to the aperture.
There we
and then
go.
Bring it back. Yeah.
thanks, man. Teal'c, did you kill him? Yes, and I would kill him again. Okay, we're going to need another attorney, please. You know, I've just watched. O'Neill's just watched L.A. Law. That's all he knows.
Sorry, this is clearly
Daniel
a
should come
mistrial.
in. Daniel should charge in and go, Your Honor, I have new evidence.
I have new evidence.
Measure of a Man's a good Star Trek episode. Yeah, Next Gen. Excellent.
This is so silly. Even if it means your death, if that's what I deserve. That's not. This is why I don't like this episode. That's not the Teal'c we've known for the last 13 episodes, and that's not the Teal'c we see the next 400 episodes.
Yeah,
It's just this entire episode is so outside of character for this character.
I know.
yeah.
Jack needs to explain the concept of mitigating circumstances.
Right.
Christopher Mason. See, this episode, as I said, this is why I like Hammond, you know, in this one, because he's effectively says to O'Neill, look, we both knew this day was coming with
Right.
Teal'c. You know,
Right.
he's committed war crimes, essentially.
Oh my God. Yeah. Obviously.
Just ask, look, Jack, just ask him if Apophis hadn't ordered you to do it, would you have done it on your own? Yes or no? No. Okay.
And if he disobeyed the order, then it still would have happened, and then he would have also been killed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was right, bro, but it's a different thing. And now
He
So Teal'c
left
chose-
his family, left his planet to fight these same
basically
people.
wants to punish himself for following orders, not for what he
Yeah.
did, but for the fact that he didn't
Right.
fight back
Well,
earlier.
it's establishing this. He chose the lesser of two evils, you know, and you find that out. But it like I say, it's you just want Jack to go out and just literally get everyone round and just fire off a few rounds of the machine gun. Just say, look, we're ending it right now.
Yeah, this is over. This is stupid.
Yeah.
You guys are
Well, no,
backwards.
it's an interesting concept.
We'll
but
see you in 87 years once you discover the steam engine. Adios.
Yeah. Yeah. And a bottle episode like this is clearly like a lower budget bottle episode. Like you said, Gary,
This isn't exactly
they're
a bottle
talking
episode,
ethical
though, right?
stuff.
This
It's-
is like,
I mean,
this
it's
is a
not-
low
it's not-
budget episode.
It's not an invalid
but I don't
subject.
think it's low enough
you
to
know.
be
Yeah.
a bottle episode.
Yeah, I suppose I class it more as a bottle episode because it's just like pretty much the one
What they need
set,
to do,
isn't it?
what they
You
need
know,
to
but
do is
you're
get-
right.
What they need to do is find incriminating photographs of the that older woman who's the head of the village, and say, "Hey, you want these to come out? You'll let us go."
Yeah,
That's true. I was only following orders. That's true.
Christie's Corner. Yeah, I mean, like you talk about redemption for Teal'c. There's we're way off of it, but when you get to the Ark of Truth, where he says to
Yeah.
I think it's Jacob about redemption on the ship, and he says it will never come. You know, all you can do
Right.
is try and help other people.
That's exactly the right mentality.
If
Yeah.
If any of you either you guys or anybody watching wants a really interesting TV movie about the concept of following orders, go onto YouTube, find the Andersonville trial from 1970, where it takes place after the Civil War. William Shatner is the kind of prosecuting attorney, prosecuting one of the guys who
It's in black and white, right?
did the no, it's in color. Richard
Is it?
Basehart's in it, Jack Cassidy. If you think Shatner is not a great actor, he's stunning in this, and it's a really well written.
Shatner's a great
superb.
actor. The problem is
Yeah.
he became a parody of himself after a while.
Yeah, but it's
Doesn't
called the
mean,
Ander-
but guess
it's
what?
called-
I like that parody.
It was
Boston
on. It was
Legal's
on.
my
Yeah.
favorite.
It was on PBS, but it's on It's on YouTube, I'm sure. It's called the Andersonville Trial. It's great.
I would argue my favorite character is Shatner playing Shatner as someone else.
Yeah.
Like when he's just being himself, it's great.
Yeah.
Good, Sam.
Yeah, Wizard.
Good for you.
I think I always thought on this, they don't have a prime directive like in Star Trek, but I always thought there's a what is it, a military code of conduct that they follow.
Right. Yeah, they can't just
You
like
know.
walk into like a foreign nation and start blasting the place up.
I mean,
Yeah.
you would think that when Teal'c first came to Earth, Jack would say, okay, what would you do if I ordered you to do something that you don't agree with? You'd think they would already have that conversation with him.
Yeah. And what is it? Is it like the military code of justice or something like that? I think they mentioned that a few series on.
UCMJ.
Yeah. Christie's Corner, they do. There you have it. So how do you save a bunch of people that are not?
Right. He just found his defense.
Yeah. I think was it season 1 they did have military advisors though, or they were involved. I can't remember.
Yeah. The Air Force was involved with the show for a while.
Yeah.
Unhand me, you brute.
Pop is such a bad actor.
Yeah.
Teal'c. Kill one of them. He's so bad. The way he opened the radio, he widens his eyes.
Yeah.
So what this is a father sacrificing himself
Yeah.
for his family.
Yeah. Wizard, good question, mate.
Oh, come on, Jack. You got to try. Then it won't. Oh, Jack, come on. That's stupid.
I disagree. I don't think it's stupid at all. He's coming back to make sure they don't kill one of his own.
He's going to bring back Matlock.
Yeah. And this is
look. You can play the kangaroo court. See if you can maybe convince them otherwise. But if you can't convince them, have enough people there to shoot your way out. You don't just let them kill someone because they feel bad. Sorry, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I'm going to take my guy home.
And this is why I like the conversation he has and the discussion with Hammond, because Hammond sees another angle to it as well, and it's well written and it's well acted. But I would kill him.
Now.
I could break him with my thumbs.
I will squeeze his head with my earlobes.
Dumbbell earrings. I always look at the supporting actors on each of the episodes early on to see if I see them later on in
Right.
future episodes and spin-off shows. Just-
If the show button does not fit, you must quit. Just introduce him to the Kardashians.
Very
Solid.
good, Daniel.
He'll fix it.
That- You're right about how you go back to it earlier in this episode. You were talking about Teal'c's posture and his facial expressions.
Mhm.
You're not helping your case, mate, by the fact you're speaking angry.
Right.
It's like, that is correct.
Yeah.
I saved one this.
Daniel,
so I
when
can
he said,
kill
"I will not
many
hear-"
later on.
When he said, "I will not hear this," Daniel should have said, "Oh, really? Okay, well then how do you expect to be a so-called impartial judge if you don't even want to listen to it?"
Yeah. Exactly.
Because it would have been fruitless. Not at all. Right?
I wonder. I always wondered as
You're
well.
using sticks. That's why.
Like hockey sticks.
We can throw lead at subsonic speeds.
Yeah.
You have a stick, bro. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's also what Daniel should do. Ask the prosecutor guy, say, okay, what was your father doing right when Teal'c, were his arms at his side? It's like, no, he had one hand out pleading to Teal'c. It's like, why do you think he
Yeah.
was doing that?
Yeah. Zap me. Exactly.
Yeah, zap me to save my kid.
Yeah. I always wondered though whether later on in Stargate you had SG teams that are going out teaching them that, you know, the Earth laws and justice systems, you know, for you know, less evolved humans like this, you know,
Right.
our justice system.
Obviously not. Dumb.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's an entrapment comment, that one.
Yeah. Oh God. This episode blows so hard.
Yeah.
I think what I dislike most about this episode is just like with that Mongo episode, nothing has moved forward. Like, I just think I'm wasting like an hour of my life. What I want is I want a contained story that I can enjoy that also has enough in it that pushes the ultimate for his story forward. I need an underlying story and a contained weekly story. I don't think it's that much to ask.
I mean,
But
yeah,
you make
because
these contained stories that have nothing to do with the future of the franchise. And on top of it, it's a little bit annoying to watch. I'm not interested. It's not fun.
I think they learn from it in season 2, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, there's not as many like this in season 2.
You gotta have some episodes like this though too. Every episode can't be like
Yeah, budget reasons
a
and
huge
everything.
budget thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
this is good. There it is.
Yeah. This is not a good episode. And can
Yeah.
I say that while I love General Hammond, I guess you've never heard of Project Paperclip, bro? Like,
Yeah.
like what
Yeah.
what government
Let's bring across
are you
Nazis.
serving?
Yeah.
Not only
Yeah.
did we stop pursuing war criminals, we hired them.
Yep. And we turned a blind
the
eye
greater
to
good,
things.
the greater good is more important than the past. Sorry to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was right that we hired people for the rocket program, but the greater good is more important than the past.
I think
And the good of the many outweighs the good of the few. That's just basic math.
This is when I know that I'm watching a good show, because it has it brings up these debates and these discussions, because
That's true.
you don't get that now. And even when we're talking about an episode that's not particularly great, it's brought up a section of conversation that we agree and we disagree on, a lot of us, so
That's true.
That's what's great about Stargate. You don't
really
get that with Discovery. Yeah.
Preparing me for my death.
We never imagine if the execution went ahead and they're just firing like crossbows at him and he's going, that hurt a little.
They're just bouncing off his rippling muscles.
Yes. My symbiote will heal me. You must strike me again.
You must strike me again.
And they suddenly go, look, we've been here 5 days. It's not working. Let's just let him go home.
They're using slingshots.
Yeah. It's just boomerang. Yeah, and again, this is where you have a good production team at the time that they work their budgets really well. You know.
Well, that was part of Joe Malazi's job too, right?
Yeah.
As a G.
Yeah, I agree, Lord Fuff.
We hasn't really explicitly ordered him to do anything.
Oh, look, the Jaffa showed up again, guys.
I wonder if there's actually an extra bit where they tell her they turn up weekly.
Right. It's a weekly occurrence.
Tuesday's Jafar Day.
Where's Jackson at?
Yeah.
My ankle.
Yeah. Just deals with it quickly.
Do you guys see that though? Jack just straight up stabbed that guy.
Yeah, it did.
Like he killed him. You heard the
Straight-
noise.
Straight into his pouch.
Right.
Yeah.
This guy is a fool. That's why I don't like this guy. I don't like characters that are foolish.
Yeah. I want my sentence to be carried out, even though that the
He's
same
such a
people
fool,
that,
dude.
Yeah.
A short-sighted fool. Look at him running at the ghouls
Yeah.
with sticks. Bro, they have
So
laser cannons?
So he's just caused that person to die because of his stupid
Yes,
idea.
because of his stupidity.
Yeah.
So now, do we put him on trial? Can we put him on trial for the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, your friend died. Now we're gonna put you on. Now his wife's he's get to take you to court. I guess
Yep.
stupid's a
Jaffa
better word.
Thursdays. Yeah.
It's actually pronounced Shakal, not Shackle.
Yeah.
That's always bothered me that they got that name wrong.
I always thought that they were initially going
Wait,
to make him a bigger character
Where have we seen this shackle before?
on the planet with the Nox,
With
you
the
know, in the
Nox.
forest.
Ah, okay. All right.
Didn't think so, boss.
Yeah. No Nox to heal you this time, my friend.
Dude, he is so ripped. It's crazy.
Yeah. Beast.
Dude, the Jaffa soldiers are like sort of like stormtroopers. They take so
Yeah,
long to fire.
they
You never
do.
notice that?
Yeah, it do.
And you know why? It actually makes sense. They always fight against like unarmed people.
Yeah,
So they don't have to be they can take their time when murdering people.
yeah. They just, like you saw like a couple of minutes ago, they're just going to line them up against a wall. Close range execution.
Don't hand the stupid
They
guy
are.
a gun, bro. He's gonna accidentally shoot himself and someone else. This guy's mentally challenged, man.
Yeah. Do you reckon the rest of the tribe killed him after this episode? just threw him off a cliff.
All right, Jerry's got to go, right?
Yeah.
Can't believe I voted for him.
Yeah.
Oh, please. That's a flipping hypocrite now, because if he thought that no amount of future good deeds can make up for one bad deed, then he's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he literally just the guy's an idiot, bro.
No, I'm right here. I'm right here. I've told you all the way through.
God, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, the village idiot.
If this was in a movie, this is where the like the Alan Silvestri music would all of a sudden crank up into the big orchestral thing.
Yeah.
And everyone gets medals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Could
you
I just
would.
build a bigger crossbow? Seal the
Well,
gate.
there it is. This is like the Few Good Men music now.
Yeah.
Christopher Mays, the light of justice.
Shooty Gatwa School of
Hey,
Acting.
thank God the Jaffa came and killed a bunch of people, or they would have killed Teal'c for
that's
no
the end?
reason.
Like,
Yeah.
They needed
So-
like I wanted to hear Jack say like you can't handle the truth at some point.
You can't
Yeah.
handle that truth.
You can't handle the Jaffa.
So, first of all, Gary, what would you score that episode out of 10? That's
3.
very dramatic.
3.
I think 3 is mean.
Yeah, I
That's mean.
would say 5 for me.
Yeah.
There's some good moments. I say I like the Hammond and Jack going at each other. You know, the ethical debate.
That was all right. That was good, but there were too many kind of missed opportunities to kind of get out of the cliche pool in terms of the argument and kind of use their own philosophy and words against them, and they just kind of let it go in order to paint the team as overly passive throughout, and that was to me just kind of unnecessary. But the scene with Hammond was good, although I don't think that did the character of Hammond any favors. But
yeah, Brian, what about you?
5 out of 10. I would have said 4, but you brought up a really good point. Is it does foster conversation and debate, which is important. I'll take that. So 5 out of 10. Not as bad as the Mongolian episode. That was easily like a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
we're not going back to that one.
I mean, I'm not trying to argue or like try to argue to justify my score, but it just seems like they had to intentionally kind of wrong foot the team and give them not give them the opportunities where they should have pushed back in order to make the natives there seem more having the better morally defensible argument. And I think that they should have episodes like this work when you give both sides equal time and equally kind of powerful arguments. And it just seemed like they were intentionally putting the SG-1 team on the kind of like weaker footing throughout.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just the way it came off to me.
Yeah. No, you're right, because it's hard for there to be two smart sides to a problem when one of the guys who is also the judge is an idiot. So you have an idiot who is the judge and the jury and the lawyer and the prosecutor. I mean, maybe it's just bad casting.
And they didn't do anything.
You get someone who can actually like verbalize.
Ultimately, they didn't do anything with the woman who you think is the kind of speaker for the group.
Yeah,
she disappears. She disappears halfway through.
Yep.
I mean, I'm thankful that I was fully expecting a scene where one of the two of them, either Brian's stupid guy or Teal'c, sticks his hand out at the end and we get the close up on the handshake. I was totally expecting that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we didn't get that.
I mean, even the guy that's judging him, I mean, you even see that at the end when he's running with his posse, and he's doing this stupid, almost comical run. It's just slapstick run across, follow me, everybody. And, the Jafar just turn around and shoot a guy in the back. It shows what an idiot he is.
Basically,
it's not a tactical retreat, is it?
So stupid.
Basically, the resolution is, okay, so the guy didn't believe everything Jack and the whole team's been telling him about how Teal'c's changed. But then when he sees him, on his, for his own eyes, it's all of a sudden, the light all of a sudden dawns. And it's like, it was a little bit just too cliche for me. That was why I gave it kind of a low score.
I mean, some scores here. I mean, we've got Meravita gives it a 4. So not highly ranked, rated there. And then we've got Juliet. I think she might have gone now, but good to see you this week. She gave it an 8 out of 10, so she enjoyed that episode. I'm assuming it is because of the ethical discussion in it. Christie's Corner 5, yeah, same as me, and you, Brian. We've got Wizard said 5 out of 10, so he's the same as us. Bear With Me gives it a 4. Christopher Mays gives it a 5 or 6. Lord Foff gives it a 4 out of 10. So we're all kind of around the same area, aren't we? Really, it's kind of a middle of the road kind of episode.
Right. The setup was fine. I just don't think that I just think that they could have done more with it. Also, Brian, you made a point earlier that you don't really like the episodes that don't continually move the story along. This is an episode. What episode is this? 15?
15, yeah.
15.
Yeah.
This could have been easily done with no changes at all if they would have made it episode 3 or 4. It's one of these episodes that doesn't really fit anywhere because it can fit everywhere.
Yeah.
It's.
I mean, as Wizards just said there, it was the equivalent of Judge Judy for the planet. So yeah, it was. I think, and I just to address quickly in the chat, Wizard, yeah, the first episode we did was the Hathor episode. So what I would say, if you want to check that one out, just play this back, but just sync up your Amazon Prime or your DVD or Blu-ray set with the Hathor episode, and you can watch our commentary in the repeat of the live chat for that one.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
On the episode where my eyes are bugged out.
Yeah,
that's Hathor.
Yeah, Julie Coonan gives it a 4. And I think I would say, obviously that's the free for this episode this week. I had a blast with my 2 buddies on this episode, but keep telling us, keep feeding back to us how, if you're enjoying it, or if there's anything else you'd like us to bring up, or if there's anything going forward, might want another show for us to look at, in 60 years time when we finally got through the Stargate sets.
Yeah, we'll do Law and Order next. We'll do all 4,000 episodes of Law and Order. But can I also just say that I just realized it bugged me that they didn't have any kind of resolution. And I don't mean resolution means everybody's buds again, but they didn't resolve the whole tension argument between Hammond and Jack. I mean, they don't
have to. That's his boss, dude.
No, I know, but still, it feels like it should feel more. Not where, like, I'm not talking where one of them admits they're wrong, but it just feels like it was something that was introduced and didn't.
Then they were never going to do it though, because that they've created that ethical debate, and that's for us to think. And that's for us to decide, what side we come down on, isn't it? And they leave it at that. Whereas you're right. I mean, Gary, from that point of view, if this was a Star Trek Next Generation episode, as an example, they would probably have had that resolution at the end of it. But because this is Stargate and this is, the military, their chain of command is, basically Hammond said his piece. I'm pretty sure with O'Neill, he's used to being chewed out on a lot of occasions in his career, so he's just put it away and he's carrying on with the missions.
Yeah, no, I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Look, we're I'm having fun with Gary and Brian, my buddies here, just going through Stargate SG-1. It's an absolute joy for me. It's great having you all in the community as well. But just keep feeding back to us. If
and
there's anything else you want.
A big welcome to all of the new people in the chat. I know that John and Brian were kind of engaging more with the chat. I'm watching these episodes for the first time, so a lot of times I'm kind of focused on the actual episode. So I wish I could split my mind and like watch the episode and still kind of follow the chat, but sometimes I just kind of let it go. But I mean, I'm so glad to see all the new people in the chat.
Well, we got good news too. Season 1 is going to be completed at this rate in 2 weeks.
Wait,
So, yep, we're going to get to the season finale in 2 weeks if we keep doing triple features.
Yep.
And the season finale is a 2-parter. So that means that it doesn't actually resolve the story until season 2, episode 1,
Oh,
which
it's
is
a
really
cliffhanger.
going to piss
Okay.
people off when we have to take an entire week off before we finally get to it. But guys, we're actually making pretty good time here. We're going to have in 2 weeks, we're going to have season 1 done. And we get to season 2, which in my opinion is the superior season. So
Yeah. I mean, it steps up in season 2, definitely.
it does.
And I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I love season 1, but season 1 I've always felt it's the grounding season where
Right.
they start building a lot more of the lore,
And there's a lot
and
of
then they
Egyptian
just build
stuff.
on it. Yeah.
They have to really follow the movie a lot. And the movie is like, it's old hat, I guess is the only word I can use.
Yeah.
Here's the good news is my favorite season before the horrible thing happens, and only John knows what I'm talking about, is probably season I would say season 4, when when they discover the okay.
Yeah.
So, and at this rate, we will get there by the end of the year. And you will see my favorite episode of all time. And I'm really stoked for you to see that, Gary.
Very good.
And again, you're going to get into the point where me and Brian are, and I'm sure a lot of people in the chat as well, where you get into season 2 and you start going forward from that. You just get buzzing about, I want to get to the next episode. I cannot wait to watch the next episode. And that for me, I've said before, I'm a big Doctor Who fan, but there's something about Stargate SG-1 that every time I watch it, I never get bored of it, but it just pushes me on to keep going on to the next episode. It's that good. I give it high praise. I really do. Yeah, I mean, Wizard. Yeah, I saw your comment about, we do realize there's 10 seasons of SG-1, and we are. Brian's leaving his family and he's going to live with Gary.
Right.
I'm quitting my job, and we're just going to be working around the clock. So we're going to be asking you to monetize us at some point so we can.
You're going to have to support us financially. Because I'm going to be living with Gary.
Brian will be like, Gary, you got to stop watching Hathor. Like, okay.
Exactly.
And I'm like, Sean, I gotta get out of here. It's every night with this freaking Hathor, bro. He's asking me to dress up as Hathor now. It's real weird. I gotta get out of here, man.
That's never gonna happen. Let me assure you.
Yeah. He's even, I don't know how he's done it, but he's even created his own pouch. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
He has a pouch. It's real weird. I think he's cutting himself.
We're going to a dark place. None of us want to go.
I don't think that would happen.
Okay, guys, we got to split, but we'll be back next week.
All right,
around the same time.
Week, everybody, happy Memorial Day.
I do have a conference next week until about noon, but I should be able to make it back by 1.
Yeah, and all I would say is just follow us just before we go. Follow. My name's John Yulden. I'm on Twitter and X, as I'm sure you probably found me. I'm on there. Obviously, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. But I would say also check out the podcast, which has got some great documentaries on sci-fi and movies, sci-fi shows and movies. I would also say check out, DC Unleashed, which is a new channel that Brian's started, which is talking about all things DC.
Yep, got a video coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, so make sure you check that one out. And of course, you've got the Great Brain Show on a Saturday night, haven't you? Or Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So that's that, and we'll update you when Brian's created the Mixed Tees T-shirt of Gary and Hathor, which will be coming out very soon.
You joke, but I will bring the Hathor shirt back because I'm starting to think that that might be a good shirt. It's a really good shirt. It basically has Hathor. She has a beautiful face, and she's holding her hand out like that. And then it has the AC/DC letters, and it says "sex, drugs, and rock and roll." It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and also, if you haven't, I'm going to start putting up a link for Mixed Tees, which is, where you can find those T-shirts. So make sure you do go there and check out all the great T-shirts that
A lot of
Brian
Stargate stuff
got on there. Yeah, you'll love it. But until then, have a great week all, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers all.
So long,
Bye.
everybody.